fuck's sake, didn't have my microphone on. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Good afternoon with another cheeky little video for you. We are here for the latest Manchester United news and goings-on of the day. It's Sunday, the 20th of July. It's 2:06 p.m. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Disco Dave, Prima Italia, Tim Kelly, Paul Warby, Beats Guy, Vexico, Paul Heaney, Gav's Highlights, Prima Italia, Paul Warby, Jamie Riley, Daz Salford, Anglo, what's going on, lad? Yes, Lewis Joshua. Everybody who's in here, thank you so much for joining us. Do us a favour at the start of this stream. Smash the likes on it. Give us a massive like spike if you could. That'd be amazing. Also, share us around on social media if you could. That would also be amazing. You can repost us using the link at the top of the live chat there. Please do give us a repost on X, lads and lasses. Nice one. We'll shout you out later on. I'm just waking up here today, guys. A little bit sleepy, but I've checked all the news out, done my research this morning, so we've got the latest bits and bobs of what's going on to get into over the next hour. How you doing? Yes, let's go. Mike Jones, Anglo, Brandon, make the most of it. B&G Darts, get in. KZ Gungshi's been a member for 64 months, lad. That's insane. 64 months a hero around these parts. Guys, get some mad love in there, please, for Gungshi. He says, hi, Piggy and Bacon Brigade. Great to see you, Gungshi, lad. Great to see you indeed. I actually did forget that I left those on from yesterday's watch-along. The old membership comments. I'm just going to turn them off, actually, because trying to do a cheeky news stream and I can't handle them. At the moment, maybe I'll turn them on a bit later. But yes, they're going to be on for watch-alongs and stuff like that, because otherwise it's just going to... Yeah, but you're a legend, Gungshi. Let's get hashtag 64 in the live chat, please, for the legend that is Don Gungshi, everybody. Thank you so much for being a member over 5 years. That's insane, isn't it? What an absolute hero. That is quite ridiculous. Right, brilliant. Gungshi, you're a hero, lad. Thank you so much for getting in. Thank you, everybody else who's getting in. We've got over 200 legends in here already this afternoon. Do us a favour and smash that like button. Share us around. Get your thoughts in. We will be having a Q&A at the end of the video. So, come and stick around for that. But obviously, we're going to be dipping in and out throughout. So have your say. Thornster's been a member for 3 months as well. Hashtag 3. Let's go, Thornster. Yes, Pig, we really need a midfielder. Sesko and Martinez. Yes, we do, lad. Yes, we do. Thank you so much, Thornton, by the way. Let's hope that we can, well, maybe not Sesko or Martinez necessarily, but just, a new striker, a new number 9, and a new goalkeeper is what's needed. Not necessarily those guys. I mean, Sesko's probably too much money, but it's certainly a number 9. I think if you look at that game yesterday with the likes of Gashmus Boylan and Chido Obi in the side, I mean, Chido Obi's only a young lad. I think there's a lot more to come from the guy. But... obviously, the guy's not quite ready there to do the job as a top-tier striker for us, and certainly Gashmus Boylan isn't either. So I think that was highlighted more so than anything here. Just the fact that we do still need serious signings. And let's face it, Tom Heaton, our third-choice goalkeeper, probably the best performer in the whole game yesterday. So that tells you everything. We certainly need to do some business there. Right, anyway, let's just get into the transfer news, the latest goings on at United. Get in there, my son. Bryan Mbeumo at Carrington for his move to Man United being sealed this weekend as expected. Come on. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. You know what I'm saying? Bryan Mbeumo at Carrington. It's lovely. There it is. Medical passed. Fab this morning saying that Bryan Mbeumo completes second part of his medical at United today, or at least, it's, expected that the medical's done and contract signed now today. He's expected Carrington for media and formal contract signing until June 2030, plus option until 2031. Can we get a hey-oh? Bryan Mbeumo is close to being official, guys. It's signed, it's medical passed, it's just formalities. I mean, Ben Jacobs actually reporting just an hour ago that Bryan Mbeumo has now completed his 65 plus 6 million move to Manchester United, 5 plus 1 year contract. So he's suggesting that it's done. I haven't actually seen a post yet from United saying it's official, but maybe it already is out there. And if not, maybe it's coming during this show today. But Bryan Mbeumo looks like it is, finished, done. Finally, we've got our player. Brilliant. He's going to be on, hopefully, the plane, obviously going to America for that first game against West Ham on the 27th. So this saga is finally coming to an end, guys. The Mbeumo saga. Still lots to do in the transfer window for United with outgoings and incomings. Yesterday was quite a big day for us as well because we got rid of Marcus Rashford. Now, my thoughts on Rashford are the deal is not ideal for Man United because obviously it would have been better to sell them out, maybe get 35 million back or just whatever we could get back for him. But no, they don't want to do that. They just wanted to take him on a season-long loan, pay the wages up front, and pay the wages, I should say, throughout the course of the season. So we're not paying any of his wages. And they're covering all of his wages, and they've got an option to buy him. I think it's 30 to 35 million pounds in that region, somewhere around there, where the option to buy is next summer. Let's hope that he has a good time of it out there and does well, and that Barcelona actually do want to take him in a year's time, because we don't want another situation like Sancho, where he's just coming back to Old Trafford after a year, and then he's our problem again in a year's time, and we're still having to pay him 350k. So just now, let's ask the live chat on a hunch. Do you think that Barcelona will keep Rashford permanently, or will they return him like an old blockbuster VHS? Let us know your thoughts. Will they return him, or will they keep him beyond this season? I mean, obviously at the end of next season. Speculative stuff, obviously, but it's just interesting, because I think they will be returning him. I think they're just taking him on a season-long loan because it suits them right now. They don't have to spend the money. Maybe they can sign somebody else. They're linked with Dumfries today, by the way, or various other players as well. So there's a bit of a few links going on there still with Barcelona. If they can still sign other players, well, you know, we've just given them a freebie deal. Yes, they're paying a lot of money on the wages, and that saves us 1.4 million month. It's a lot of money, but it's not ideal. We would have liked to have got rid of this absolute melt bag. Yeah, for sure. Return him. Return him. No way. Defo returning him. Return him. Barca will send him back. Yeah, Barcelona wanted Rashford for kit sales. That's another thing, isn't it? So they're paying 350 grand a week. They haven't had to pay anything significant up front. Yet they are going to get some commercial benefits from having Rashford at the club. Obviously, he is a big name. Branding, like you say, shirt sales, bit of PR. It's all included, isn't it? Return damaged goods, return, be another Sancho, return. Well, at least he's off of our books for a year. But I have to tend to agree with what most of the live chat's saying here. I think they'll return him as well. But if he does really well out there, obviously, then they won't. They'll probably make the deal permanent. But it's a lot of money involved for the wages and the actual fee up front as well next summer. So he will have to have a good time of out there. He'll have to bed in really well. I mean, he is a good player, Rashford. Maybe he'll do fine there. But I still am somewhat surprised that they've actually gone for him. Return him, I think, depends how well he does. If he does well, they'll keep him. That's very true. At least they pay full Rashi wages. That frees up 20 million. They better keep him after 20 million. I mean, not quite 20 million, is it? If he's on 350 grand a week. But still, it's a significant amount of money. You know, over the course of a season, it is a lot of money. Like we're saving like well over 10 million. So you're talking 1.4 million pounds a month saved, isn't it? So it's big money. It's big money. You're right. I mean, that money can be used to buy other players. It can be used to pay other players. You know, you should be looking to get 2 top players' wages covered for that. So it is significant. Tartan Scout, thank you so much, Tartan Scout, for becoming a member of the channel. Mate, what's that fucking hock to a badge on your fucking avatar there, la? Mate, Tartan Scout has just become a member. He is a Liverpool scummer, but fair play to you for supporting the show there, lad. Big ups to Tartan Scout. Let's welcome him in there. Nice one for being a member, though. Appreciate that. You guys are doing some bits this window, aren't you? To be fair, you got Ekitike done now as well, haven't you? I was just looking at that earlier on. That's big news. I mean, that's a big signing, isn't it? But you know what? Can I just talk about that for a second, seeing as we've had a Liverpool scummer become a member? 90 million euros! And 170 million on Florian Wirtz. You what? And people are saying Manchester United are overpaying 71 million for Mbeumo over 4 fucking years. What? We've got a great deal on Mbeumo. You guys are paying shitloads of cash for players, mate. Well over the odds. Well over the odds, mate. You're the new mugs when it comes to paying huge amounts for players. You are. Yeah. But no, fair enough. Obviously, he is obviously a very good player, right? But I think he scored like 13 or 14 Bundesliga goals last season. I don't see where the 90 million euros is coming from. Bundesliga goals usually translate over to about a third in the Premier League. If you can score 30 in the Bundesliga, you can score 10 in the Prem. You know, not always, but that's generally how I feel it is. I don't think he's guaranteed to score lots of goals over in the Prem. But this is the report by Fab, who said that breaking Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool. Here we go. Deal in place for fee over 90 million euros for the French striker to join from Eintracht Frankfurt, potentially reaching 95 million. 6-year deal for Ekitike, valid until 2031. He only wanted Liverpool move. New striker for slot. Okay, great. But that's over 200 million on Wirtz and Ekitike. I mean, fair enough. It's obviously an investment. He obviously knows who he wants, and he's gone and got his players then being prepared to pay. But I feel like they've overpaid. I do. I mean, Man United paying 71 million for Mbeumo in 4 installments seems like a very cheap deal when you factor in he scored 20 Premier League goals this season just gone. So from that perspective, I think it does put things into perspective for Man United in their transfer window a little bit. 62.5 million for Cunha and 71 million for Mbeumo. There's nothing outlandish about these deals, is there, compared to what some of these other clubs are doing right now? So I actually think we've got fair deals in the end there. Fair deals. Yeah, absolutely. You don't even know where he fits in. How you doing, Jonathan Gallagher, lad? Get in there. Yes, exactly. Hopefully he doesn't do too well there. I mean, in terms of the amount of money. Oh, look, here we go. Minoda, Liverpool's going to get in here as well. Says, really? Wirtz just unlocked Darwin. Hat-trick. Right, okay. Minoda, but yes, fair enough. Look, you've got your players. Look, you've got to be happy about getting someone like Hugo Ekitike, don't you? He is like an Isaac-esque sort of potential, but there's still a lot of potential right now in him. It's not actual proven, certainly not proven in the Premier League. Yeah, Beast Guy says Liverpool paid 100 million for 12 goals in the Shitdusliga. The Bundesliga. Yes, I mean, a bit harsh, but pocket change, Piggy says Tarns. I'll get it there, Tarns. Well, thank you very much for your support, lad. I mean, and obviously on what they've paid for Ekitike, I feel like it's a lot of money, but fair enough. I mean, if Liverpool have got it, I mean, if you actually think over the last 6, 7, 8 years, I mean, recently they've started to spend, but Liverpool haven't actually spent as much as the other top clubs over the last sort of 6 or 7 years. That's fair. So maybe they're just sort of having a good old investment summer. But that's what it seems to be. It's crazy fees, isn't it? Crazy fees involved here. German League are laughing. Absolutely, lad. Slot about to ruin Klopp's team. Oh, that would be immense if there's a big drop-off, lad, after spending all this money. But I can't see it. Liverpool, they've done quite well. Yes, they lost Trent, but they got Frimpong in there. They've signed good big players who should do well for them. And they've still got, Salah there and everyone. So they should still be quite up there doing bits. Luis Diaz maybe leaving this summer. Yeah, Liverpool paid 100 million for the Núñez flop. That's true. Yeah, they did. So they absolutely did. They have done it in the past with a couple of signings, but 6 or 7 years wise, they haven't spent as much as United, City, these sorts of teams. United fan as a kid, he was twerking for United to bid, but he only wanted Liverpool. Yeah, sure. Ekitike's meant to be the younger Isaac. Yes, he's Isaac-esque. That's what we said. Well, let's hope, that he's not, because Isaac is very good. And just on Isaac, I mean, that's actually quite big news as well for Newcastle United, isn't it? Because it does seem like now he'll probably be staying. Did you see yesterday there was some funny business, like Eddie Howe said, something along the lines of he's sent Isaac back from the pre-season game or whatever because of the fact that there's speculation about his future, and so he didn't play and he wasn't, a bit strange that, isn't it, from Eddie Howe and Newcastle? That basically, to me, that sounds like the player is unsettled and wants to leave. But then they've just signed Ekitike, Liverpool have, and they were the team that were linked with Isaac. So don't think that they're signing Isaac anymore. So I think that's obviously big for Newcastle. He'll probably be staying now, won't he? You would think. If not, we should go for him. I'm only joking. I mean, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? But I'm only joking because it's just not going to happen right now. We can't even convince Gyökeres to come from Sporting, let alone get Isaac from Newcastle. I don't know about that, Yeshan. He says Isaac could be next in Liverpool. Rumours keep rolling in. Yeah, but they've just spent all that money. 117 on Wirtz, 90 million here now on Ekitike. Same sort of position as well for Ekitike. Like, they're not going to go for Isaac, are they? We can go for Isaac. They can't go for Isaac as well and spend another 120 million. Apparently the price tag for Isaac is about 120 million. That's what Newcastle would want for him, which is ridiculous. Yeah, a Saudi team want Isaac for 200 million. 200 million is just too good to turn down, isn't it, if you're any team? If he wanted to go there and just go for the money and they could generate 200 million, it'd be too much to turn down. Do you believe in the Gyökeres news? Right, okay, let's get onto this Gyökeres news right now. So there are reports in regards to Viktor Gyokeres that Manchester United are potentially looking to hijack the deal from Arsenal. There's been a few reports circulating today. my thoughts are it's just bollocks, isn't it, really? I feel like the deal with Arsenal is only delayed because of the amount that Sporting want, the structure of that, etc., and they'll reach an agreement soon. This is Sporting probably just trying to squeeze the deal down, get the deal that they want with Arsenal there, and probably speed negotiations along a little bit. I can't imagine that Gyökeres is going to come to Manchester United now, even if we were trying to sign him. He's already said that he only wants Arsenal. He's only been dealing with Arsenal. Literally has only been dealing with Arsenal, agreed the terms with Arsenal and that sort of stuff. And it's very unlikely that United could convince him to come. The only way I suppose it could come is if Arsenal just turned their attentions elsewhere, just left him hanging, signed Sesko or something, if they really can't do an agreement with Sporting. Maybe they can't spend as much money as what United can. Maybe they're not willing to. Perhaps Sporting do want a lot more than Arsenal prepared to pay, but I can't imagine that's going to fall down at this stage, guys, with the negotiations as they've gone on. I think there's just a few finalisations needed, a few structural things, and that deal is going to go ahead. I mean, at the end of the day, it would be like he's joining his second choice team. It's like we don't want him anymore, as far as I'm concerned, because he's already earmarked himself for Arsenal there, and he wants to go to Arsenal. Champions League football, I get it. I'm not hating on the guy. I'd probably do the same if I wasn't a Man United fan and I was just some Swedish melt over in Sporting. I'd probably do the same, because Arsenal finished second. They got to the Champions League semi-finals. Their manager's been there for years. They're building, they're signing players. They're not that far away. People say they just need a goal scorer. He could be that goal scorer. If I was him, I'd probably go there as well, because Man United finished 15th and we don't have European football. So it's kind of a no-brainer from his perspective. If they want him and they're prepared to pay him just as much as what United are, then he will go. The only thing that United could perhaps offer him more than Arsenal is just if we paid him a ridiculous overinflated contract. That's the only thing that we could do, really, to increase the likelihood that he would join us over Arsenal, is just pay him way more than what they will. But we don't need to do that right now. But let's give you the updates of what came out. So there were some reports, as I say, it's all just speculative guff that says breaking. Manchester United have overtaken Arsenal in the race to sign Viktor Gyokeres, while negotiations between Sporting and Arsenal are at a standstill. United have just submitted a higher offer. Man United are close to an agreement with Sporting. However, Gyökeres only wants to join Arsenal. Okay, so it just sounds like bollock stories, and it is bollock stories, really. There's another report here, Sports Witness, Viktor Gyokeres, United hijack on the verge of agreement with Sporting. Story spreading hugely in Portugal over the last 30 minutes. Slightly higher offer than Arsenal. Unclear whether it's pressure tactic or real deal. It's pressure tactics. This isn't the real deal, guys. Very unlikely. I mean, unless Arsenal deaded this deal off and went for Sesko, then I suppose we could sign him. But we're not going to pinch him or hijack him right now when he's already decided that he wants to join them. Look, Amorim's the Man United coach. If he had any inkling or interest really to want to join Manchester United, he would have come, I think, already, because Amorim's the manager. Anyway, it's already been poo-pooed by the Tier 1 journos anyway. So look, Fabrizio Romano, just before this show, just after those reports, posted this that said, Viktor Gyokeres maintains his clear position despite links with Man United and more clubs. He wants Arsenal. Total priority to Arsenal project since June, and no change of plans with agent Hassan Ketinkaya. On the same page with Gyökeres. So it's just fake news, guys. As much as it would be nice to think that Arsenal can't get him, or that, I don't know, they're not prepared to pay the money, and maybe we could go and get Amorim's first striker choice. That would be excellent, but it's just not realistic now, with Gyökeres having advanced in that deal there with Arsenal and already chosen his future. He's already chosen to join Arsenal. That's who he wants to join. So I really don't think we're in for him at all. It's nonsense, if you ask me. I wish it was true in a way, because if that's Amorim's number one target of the summer for number 9, which it probably was because of his previous Sporting history, then we should have gone for him. But he's not going to join Manchester United. He's going to go to Arsenal, I think, guys. So that's the news there on Gyökeres. I mean, it would have been nice when I was reading that an hour ago that these links were coming out. Obviously, I was reading it with speculative hippo eyes. Because they were not great reports. They're just some guff reports coming out from Portugal, It wasn't from the main guys, and obviously one of the main guys have just basically confirmed that it's poppycock. So, you know, it's a shame, but no, Gyökeres is not it. But we do have to really strengthen in that number 9 area, especially after that game yesterday. You see Højlund and Cheeto over. There's just not enough up there. Yes, Cunha coming in, nice, he looked lively, whatever. We need to go and address this striker position now that Mbeumo's done. Really? Fabrizio just posted. Let's have a little look and see what you're talking about here there, Daz Salford, my son. Give me una momento, por favore, and let's take a little look, see at what you're referring to. Oh, brilliant news there, guys. Bryan Mbeumo just signed his 5-year deal plus option at Man United. Signed. Medical completed in the morning, and Mbeumo can now be considered a Man United player after a long saga. Get in there, my son. Come on. Fucking let's be having you. Finally, let's go. He's a Manchester United player, guys. Right, hang on. Let me just get this up on the screen for you guys to see as well. That's awesome. Come on, let's get some dubs in the live chat. Finally, now hopefully we can address this striker position as we were talking about, because that is a real key problem area for us. Not just that, obviously the goalkeeper area as well. If you think about the options that we've got, I mean, probably Heaton's the best option right now. I'll ask the chat, guys, if we could only use Heaton, Bayender, or Onana, who would you prefer to see starting in the sticks? I honestly think Heaton's the best of the bunch. And I'm not just saying that because he looked good in one game yesterday. That's just my general opinion. He's always looked reasonably solid. Whereas these other melts make a lot of damn errors. And they're just proper melts. So for me, actually, Heaton would be the one out of those three. But Heaton's not enough. Heaton's not enough, guys. We have to go and get somebody who's going to be a proper replacement there for Andre Onana. And obviously somebody like maybe Lammens over in the Belgian Pro League makes a bit of sense long-term for the future. He does seem very good. Only 23 years of age and has a big future. Hang on, let me just pop this up on the screen there. I've just got an updated picture. There it is. Okay, so as you can see here, guys, at the top, Bryan Mbeumo just signed his 5-year deal plus option at Man United. Medical completed in the morning, and Mbeumo can now be considered Man United player after a long saga. So it does seem like you know, Mbeumo is done. Let me just put that in the title as well. And signed. Done and signed. That's beautiful. By the way, if you're just getting in the stream, we've got 400 legends in here right now. What the hell? Welcome in, legends. Thank you very much for joining us. Do us a favour, smash that like button on it. Smash the thumbs up. Get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're new. And have your say there in the live chat, because we love to hear from you. Okay, so where were we anyway? The goalkeeper position, need to strengthen that. The striker position, need to strengthen that. And Mbeumo's now done, signed. Fantastic news, brilliant. But now we have to address the other problem areas in the team. Rashford's gone yesterday. You know, we've got that here we go there yesterday for Rashford to Barcelona. He's got to have his medicals and stuff like that, but he will be a Barcelona player, at least for this season, on loan, which saves us 1.4 million a month, which means that we can afford to pay new players' wages now. The way that they've signed players this summer sort of guarantees that there's still a little bit left, money left, even if we can't really sell players, because they've done the deals over a period of time, haven't they? So all that Premier League money, all the commercial money that's coming in from brand deals, whatever, sponsorships, all the money from, you know, shirt sales, fans, all that sort of stuff that they're generating throughout this summer and this season can still be used. They've sold other players to previous, seasons to other teams like the likes of Elanga and Alvaro and these guys, which have generated them a bit of cash as well. They signed Cunha over 3 installments. They signed Mbeumo over 4 installments. So they're actually paying 16.25 million or somewhere in that region this summer from Mbeumo, which means that they've not actually invested a huge amount this summer so far up front. Yes, we're committed to it over a period of time, but they've not spent that much money right now, which means that surely there is a bit of money left over to actually sign a striker, especially now with Rashford's wages being saved. So come on, United. Finally, it looks like maybe we could start to imagine us with a new starting 11 for the season ahead, and Mbeumo and Cunha is going to look very nice in that team together. That should be an upgrade. And then obviously if we can get proper number 9, get in there, Gungshi lad. Let's go, you legend. Come on, it's finally done, mate. The saga is over. Oh, Bryan Mbeumo. Oh, Bryan Mbeumo. Lovely stuff. Heaton, you think Heaton would be the goalkeeper option? Heaton. Isn't it sad? Bayender needs a fair go. Yeah, but he's looked a little bit melty at times as well. Yeah, I've got a spot patch on at the moment. Brad, what have I done to my face? I've got a monster spot there, and I've got one of Mrs. P's spot patches on there, lad. Yes, thanks for asking. Tactical Devils getting there, Jarvis, you legend. Big up, things are finally moving in the right direction. Yes, lad. That's it, mate. We get these couple of big signings in there, sort of like our early marquee signings. I say early. Cunha was early. This one's taken a long time. But Mbeumo over the line, get those two in there. Goal scorers galore in the team, gives us a lot of creativity in goals, hopefully. That's the idea anyway. And now gives us the chance to work on other strikers as well, other signings, strikers, goalkeepers. And you think about the money that could be left over with the structure of those deals. It's positive, isn't it? Things finally moving in the right direction, like you say. Jarvis, get in there. Gyökeres signing for us, but like he's treating us like that bird at 2 a.m. in the nightclub when you couldn't pull out else. I'm not so sure about that, really. I think Gyökeres is desperate to go to the Arsenal team, unless you're talking about you're talking about us. Right, I see. You're saying that he that he doesn't go ugly early, he goes ugly late. That's basically what you're saying. Hey, Exclusive, what's going on, you legend? How you getting on there, lad? Yes, let's be having you. Oh, no worries, Exclusive, you're all good. He's accidentally deleted your comment there, Charlie. Not Charlie, sorry, David, but you're all good there. Ian Navarro says, Pig, if the source for Gyökeres is coming from Portugal, do you think it's spin for the Gunners to pay more money? I think that's exactly what it is. It's probably PR drip read guff from Sporting to try and strengthen their position and speed things along. That's exactly what it probably is. And as we've established, Gyökeres wants to go to Arsenal. That's what he wants. Arsenal want him. Unless they're going to change direction and go for Sesko and leave him hanging there, which would just be unbelievably harsh on the player right now. But I suppose if they can't reach an agreement with Sporting, it's possible. The only way that Gyökeres would be on the cards to sign for United now is if Arsenal do sign someone like Sesko instead. But they're probably not going to do that because Gyökeres is their target now. It's seemingly more obtainable. RB Leipzig looking for closer to 100 million euros for Sesko, which means that it's just not realistic and it's going to happen. Yeah, we've been linked to Kolo Muani as well. Look, we've been linked to everybody, mate. Moisey Keane. Okay, we've been linked to everybody. So I think it's just a case of going to get someone good. I like the strikers that are proven in the Premier League. That's what I like. Are you buying a new United shirt? Hell no, Geeky Robot, lad. I won't be, no. If I do, it'll be from Knockoff Nigel, mate. You know what I mean? Screw the shithouse Glazers, lad. That's what I say. I don't think they spend our money well at all. So why support those shithouses? Striker is least priority right now. We need an 8. Bruno can't do it. Giovanni, I don't really agree with you, lad. I don't really agree with you. Maybe Bruno can't necessarily do that. I think he personally can. He should be able to. We definitely need to bolster those midfield options, though. You're not wrong. Now that we've got Cunha and Mbeumo likely to play the 10s. But striker is least priority. Come on, lad. Where's the goals coming from? Did you not watch the game yesterday? Gashmus Boylan gashing it up there as usual. And Chido Obi's only a young lad. He's clearly not ready. He's still, I think, a great young talent. He's going to do good things in the future, but he's young. He's too young. Gashmus Boylan, mate, is Gashmus. Come on, we definitely need a striker. That's got to be the most important position to strengthen right now in my eyes. And I'm including Andre Onana in this one. Yeah, it's torturous how long this Gyökeres saga is going on. Hey, Exclusive, lad. Man up a little bit, yeah? Man up, you Arsenal scummer. We've been waiting for fucking nearly what seems like 2 millennia for Mbeumo to finally get done, lad. It's literally been the best part of 50 days. You've only been sniffing around Gyökeres for a couple of weeks, lad. Hold your horses there, bro. You know what I mean? Come on. If Miani is only 35 million, I'd do that deal 1,000%. Fair enough there, Ian. Well, you know, I prefer Premier League proven. I'll ask the chat then, if you could get one number 9. We talked about Miani. There's Keane. There's, who else is there? There's Visser. There's Mateta. There's Watkins. You know, there's others as well. If you could just sign one realistic number 9 now for Amarim's Man United team going into the season, who would it be? I still fancy Visser or Watkins. That's who I would take because those two have Premier League proven goals. And also, I really like the Visser deal because he links up well with Mbeumo. We already know that. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. And we're looking to put in a move for him. That's right. We've been talking about that for a few days, Lewis Joshua. I mean, Senne Lammens over there from Royal Antwerp is a target for us in the goalkeeper position. And I like that link because it's a link that sort of has the ability to maybe challenge Andre Onana right now. And hopefully we'd have the qualities to be able to actually take over that number 1 spot. But he's also cheap enough and young enough that he can kind of also just be competition there for Andre Onana. But I would rather he was a replacement for Andre Onana. His stats over in the Belgian Pro League are very impressive, but it is the Belgian Pro League. Fab says United have had internal discussions about Sesko. Yes, I know we've been linked with Sesko as well ourselves. Yeah, I feel like it's too much money. I don't like Sesko personally. I know a lot of people want Sesko. I don't like the Sesko deal that much because I think he's going to take time to develop in the Premier League as a 22-year-old with no experience in the Prem. We don't need that right now. We've already got a 22-year-old who's struggling to develop in Gashman's Boyland. So I don't really want that. I want somebody who's a bit more experienced, older, has more years on the clock, more wiliness, experience, wisdom, all that sort of stuff, and also has the Premier League proven track record. So that's where Watkins or Visser or someone like that comes into it for me. Yes, exclusive. It really was that long for Mbeumo. Unbelievable. By the way, thank you so much to Connor for subscribing, and TQC for hitting that subscribe button as well. Really appreciate that. If you guys are new to the channel, you can do what those legends have done and hit the subscribe button. Help us get to 92,000 subscribers. We're on the road to getting to 92k. Let me just go and see how many we've got today. We are currently on 91,538 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, get yourself subscribed down below. It's free. Smash the like, get involved, and have your say. Legends, great community vibes around here, so have your say and get involved. How about Welbeck? I mean, honestly, I'd take Welbeck as cover, mate, 100%. Honestly, I really would. Only as a backup option, third choice. I don't want him starting every single game. But he actually would be better right now for us than the likes of Højlund. Watkins, Jackson. Chelsea's come and saying Jackson. Sesko's the best out there. He's a monster. Watkins might be a monster in the old Bundas, but is he a monster in the Prem? That's the difference. Mateta, Watkins, Mateta, Watkins. Watkins does seem like a good option. Yeah, it depends on the money there, doesn't it? Aston Villa may be asking a little bit too much. There's been some reports they'd hold out for 60 million. We shouldn't pay that. That's too much. If we're going to pay that much, we should be going for somebody a bit younger. You know, might as well add on another 20 million and get Sesko and have him for 10 years if you're going to pay that amount of money. So 60 is not going to work for us. But 40, 45, maybe there could be a deal done with Garnacho going the opposite direction, some sort of swap deal plus a few million to us. Maybe, you never know. So Watkins I could see being on the cards. Mateta, Nunes, Kolomuani, Sesko, Mateta or Isak. Well, Isak in an ideal world would be the one. If we had a spare 120 million pounds and he actually wanted to come to us right now, then he would be the ideal, yes. Gyökeres, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Xerxes being overlooked is shocking. Is it shocking though? I mean, obviously he's still yet to prove himself properly at United. He does look good. I like him. He's got a place in the squad for me. I think he's got some real intelligence. He's got some great feet, some great dancing feet. You know, he's good in the number 10 role as well. I think he'll get some game time there also. You know, there's quite a lot of competition for places there, but I think he'll get some game time. Also, at number 9, he'll get some opportunities, won't he? Maybe coming on late in games, seeing out games, holding it up for us, that sort of stuff, being a target man. But he's not an out-and-out number 9, this guy. I really don't think he's clinical enough to be a number 9 for us. So where's he going to play? His best position actually is probably number 10 from what I've seen from him, and we're rich in number 10, so he's not going to be playing number 10s. Visser getting closer to Magpies. That would be such a poor miss for us if we can't go and try and get him. That's exactly what we should do. I understand not trying to go and get him while we're still negotiating with Brentford for the Bryan and Mbeumo deal because you don't want to cause any problems there. But now that deal is done, we should be trying to steal a Visser off of them as well. Yeah, Mateta fits us like a glove. Whoever Ruben thinks can help him. Precisely, it's what Ruben wants. Yeah, it's what Ruben wants. I mean, Ruben, it's understood, we're not in his brain, but it's understood he would have liked to have had Viktor Gyokeres. That would have been his target because of the sporting links and the system that he plays. It makes a lot of sense. But that ship has sailed, it seems. So we do have to look to somebody else. Mateta, Ivan Toney, Mateta. Sesko's only 21. Yeah, I mean, I think he's 22, but even so, like you say, there comes a point where if we can't get anyone for, 40 million, like a Visser or a Watkins, then if they're only available for 60 million, you might as well spend 80 million and maybe get a Sesko. Cunha, Mateta and Mbeumo, that would be pretty amazing. Dropping some good cheeky music lyrics in today. Let's go, Paul Warby. Oh, you know it, lad. Ramos on loan, it's going to happen, telling you. That would be a shrewd move, definitely. If we could get Gonçalo Ramos just on a loan deal, wow. That would be very shrewd indeed. Even just a permanent transfer for him wouldn't be the worst thing. Let's face it, he is a good young player still. Nicolas Voltemede, that's a very interesting shout as well. I thought he was going to, is he not going to Bayern, or is he not? I don't know. Let's be honest, the striker market is ass and overpriced. True, I think the most value lies for us within Premier League teams at the minute, striker-wise. Will a Brummie inspire confidence with that accent? You're right here, mate. I think it's absolutely Boston. Sesko will struggle in the Prem. I think he has the potential to struggle in the Prem as well, your daddy, you know. He doesn't score enough goals. Yeah, we were looking at his record. He's got a pretty bang average record over in the Bundesliga, really. It's not immense. So I don't know why everyone's thinking he'll translate into a 20-plus goal a season merchant in the Prem. It will be another Werner situation, in my opinion, or at least could be. He might just be amazing. But also, it could be another Werner situation. We need a proven goal scorer. Absolutely. Fabrizio, tweet on new keeper. Yeah, we were just talking about this Senne Lammens. Yeah, let's have another look at it, though. We can pop that up on the screen. Lots of good news coming out today, guys. You know. Oh, nice, mate. Oh, yes, we've actually made contact. That's banging. Get in there, my son. We're actually making some moves, it seems. Come on. Yes, guys, let me pop this up on screen. That's awesome. Right, we just hit 250 likes as well. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the like button. Keep hitting the like button. Keep hitting the subscribe button. Get yourselves in. We got some breaking news here in regards to Senne Lammens, guys. This is great stuff. Oh, my goodness, what's going on today? Like, Rashford's gone yesterday, and Mbeumo's done today, and now we're actually potentially signing a new frigging keeper, guys. All right, let me pop this up on the screen so you guys can see what we're talking about here. It's big news. It's big news, guys. It's big news is what it is. Oh, yeah. It's big news. Senne Lammens, guys. Here's the reports from Fabrizio Romano up on screen here. Understand that Manchester United made initial contact to be informed on deal conditions for 23-year-old goalkeeper Senne Lammens. Yeah, let me update the title, actually. We'll get that Gyökeres hijack shite out the way because that's just bollocks anyway. Lammens, United make Lammens contact. Yes, mate. Lovely. Senne Lammens, guys, we were talking about him the other day. His stats are very impressive. Very impressive in terms of like his, so the expected goals of opposition teams to the amount of goals they actually scored. He's got one of the best records in Europe this last season just gone, meaning that he's essentially saving opportunities and stopping shots that he shouldn't necessarily be, which is impressive, isn't it? But it is the Belgian Pro League, guys. It's not the Prem. But if you can do it, if you've got the reflexes and the shot-stopping ability in the Pro League, you can absolutely do it in the Premier League. You know, hopefully. He's a young guy. You'd have to adapt. But I'm just saying, if you've got the reflexes, you've got the shot-stopping, if you've got that ability in terms of the goalkeeping attributes, then you can translate it over, I'm sure. It will take time maybe to develop, but great young goalkeeper from what I've seen. Again, I've not really watched him live or anything. It's not like I tune into Royal Antwerp games. No. But I've seen the clips online. I suppose you could probably make Andre Onana look like the best keeper in the world on a YouTube compilation, couldn't you? If you just keep the howlers out. Unfortunately, Andre Onana's howler video would be longer than his epic saves video. That's the reality. But yeah, this guy looks like a real good option. I'm all for it, guys. Buzzing. I've heard good things about him. Okay, it's not the likes of Diogo Costa. It's not the likes of Martinez, one of these sort of bigger names, more experienced goalkeepers, maybe with a higher profile, all that sort of stuff. But it is somebody who has the potential to be a quality player in the future and could do the job for us now. Certainly could challenge Andre Onana for the #1 spot. Thank you, Laid Back J-Mac, and also Hien TA there for giving us a subscribe. Really appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button. Thank you so much there, Muscle Char 007, you legend. That's lovely. You have no idea of Lammens? No, I do have an idea of Lammens. I'm just saying I don't watch Royal Antwerp play weekly, and if you do, you're probably a lying bastard or a Belgian man. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. I've seen him. Obviously, I know who he is. I've seen all the videos on him. He looks great. But as I said, I haven't seen him play like 90 minutes like I have with Andre Onana. But his stats seem absolutely amazing over in the Belgian Pro League. I'll reiterate that once again. But I think a very, very good player, very good pickup. He's reportedly available for only about £17 million. That's the reports I've heard anyway. 17 million, which is chump change, really. And especially if it's somebody to also be able to come in and challenge the likes of Andre Onana and hopefully replace him long term. So let's just read the rest of this as well. So, you know, look, obviously Martinez is an option as well. We've discussed that. Diogo Costa may be an option. I would imagine that Ruben Amorim would be interested in Diogo Costa. I just don't know if Diogo Costa would be interested in us. And it would also cost too much money. Reports that they want about 50 million for Diogo Costa. So that's not realistic. Martinez could be more realistic because obviously Aston Villa are a bit in the financial shit right now, aren't they? And they could do with selling some players to generate cash. Right at the start of the window, we heard, at least through reports in the media, that maybe Martinez was open to leaving Aston Villa this summer and could be interested in joining Manchester United despite us not having European football. So if that was the case, yes, he is a good option. I mean, Martinez is certainly a great option because he's Premier League proven, he's experienced, he's got a good command of his backline and the box and all that sort of stuff. He's, you know, he's a bit of a shithouse. He's not without his vulnerabilities, though. He is a bit error-prone sometimes, but nowhere near as much as Andre Onana, I'd say. And certainly his overall goalkeeping abilities just look a lot better. I mean, Andre, in fact, somebody came in here a few weeks back and sent us some stats, and there were similar amounts of errors committed. But it's like in certain key games, you know, like, you have to think Andre's consistently making these errors over an extended period of time. But, you know, so it seems like, guys, we've got a couple of options here. Let's say Senne Lammens is a real strong possibility for goalkeeper, 23-year-old goalkeeper. This is going to be another potential David De Gea. You know, that's what we're talking about here. Another potential De Gea for the future. 23, young, but has big potential. Looks really good now that he could be good enough to come and play right now for us. That's the idea. But also long-term, obviously, develop and establish himself long-term as our number one. That's the hope. So it's between him, realistically, and I suppose Martinez. Get your opinions in. Who would you like to see United go for? Would you rather us take a punt on someone who's young, with a big potential, who's unproven in the Premier League? Or would you rather someone who's literally won, like, you know, World Cup golden gloves and shagged it, and also you know, Premier League experience and much more older and experience? Who would you rather, Martinez or Lammens? I think I'd rather take the punt on Lammens, you know. Honestly, I think I've surprised myself with that one, but I think I'd rather take the punt on Lammens. If it was between Lammens and Costa, I'd go with Costa, because Costa's like 26. I feel Costa's quality. Costa, I feel like, has the potential to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world over the next 8 years. You know, so I would go for Costa out of any one of them. But that's unrealistic because of the amount of money involved, and also we're in a bit of a shit state to actually be able to interest these sorts of players right now. Bosnich over Onana. Everyone over Onana. Bosnich over Onana. Carroll over Onana. Howard over Onana. Even Massimo Taibbi over Onana. That's right, I said it, guys. You know why? Because Taibbi only played a handful of games for Man United. He could have been sick if he was given all the opportunities that Onana was. Okay. Yeah, oh no, is that really happened, has it now, Andre Johansson? That's garbage, isn't it? Man United sleeping on the Richard Rios deal then. Oh, no, that's terrible. Okay, so let's ask the chat. We've asked the chat who you'd prefer. Let's see what you guys said. Clip by Kran says Lammens, not Martinez. He's another Barthez. Martinez can't take a keeper seriously who plays for a club called Antwerp. Martinez, Lammens. Well, Martinez is I guess, the less risky deal. That's the one that's got the proven Premier League experience. And that counts for a lot, to be fair. We talked about what Man United's sort of plan is this summer in regards to recruitment, and it does seem like we are trying to sign more so players that have that Premier League proven experience. Like, that is kind of like a transfer strategy this summer, is to go for players that are proven to do it within the league that we play in, and it makes a bit of sense. So if they are sticking to that strategy across the board, then I guess Martinez is the one. But if they're prepared, maybe if they've highlighted this guy Lammens as potentially being one of the next best goalkeepers, then no, we should pick him up. Costa would be ideal. Yeah, Costa's the number one. Matt Sells, yeah, that's a great shout. Lammens, Costa good on the ball. Exactly, yeah. You know about Lammens, has he got a tots this year? Martinez next 3 years. Lammens, United DNA signing, can't do any worse than Onana. Well said, Daz Salford. That's very true, mate. I would imagine that, you know, he'd probably be absolutely fine given opportunities. I feel like Andre Onana's shot stopping is a real problem. Like we were just saying, if you've got great shot stopping stats over in Belgium, you know, it might be other aspects of the goalkeeping that you struggle with in the Premier League, such as, I don't know, like commanding your area, coming for crosses. You know, it's a bit more of a physical, quicker league. There might be some problems there to adapt. But actually, shot stopping If you're just like a cat-like individual with your shot stopping and your reflexes, then that will translate. So, Andre Onana is a bad shot stopper. That's the reality. He has a hand made of jelly. How could he be a good shot stopper when the ball goes like this and it just goes, oh, How could that be a good thing? His wrist is made of flubber, guys. So if we can actually get a proper shot stopper, then we should be okay. Yes, there you go. Tactical Devil says Lammens dominates his area, claims crosses with confidence, commands his box as a top-class shot stopper. If we're serious about replacing Onana, this is a no-brainer. I like it as well. The only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is that, it is the Belgian league, the Belgian Pro League, and it is a different animal to the Premier League. So even if his stats are amazing, even if he does obviously command his box well, all that sort of stuff, which I think is true, it may take a little bit of time to adapt to the Prem. But actually, I think you're spot on. I think that all those attributes he can bring to the Premier League for us. He's young, so he's got that on his side. He can certainly adapt. He's a big unit. He's a good shot stopper. I would certainly have him, definitely. And the money involved is not a lot. It means that there should be money for us to go and spend on a new striker as well. If we can sign Lammens for 17 million, wow, I mean, that's not a lot of money really to sort a number one goalkeeper position out. Hopefully that would be what it was. Yeah, no, you're right, Phil Taylor. Heaton did have some great shot stopping. Lammens better not spew out absolute lemons. And when life gives you lemons, yes, make lemonade. I mean, Mister. I think we should give Bayender a chance. He was awesome against Arsenal last season. Bayender, yeah, sure, he could get some chances. It's been a bit hit or miss with him, though. It's not like he's been error-free, is it? Not at all. Bottom list is 2024-25 FC, 100 position by position. Martinez ranked number 4 behind Donnarumma, Alisson and Courtois. Very interesting. Hello, you're from Juma in Uganda. Is Onana a problem at United? He is, Juma. Yeah, he is a problem, mate. He's an error-prone individual, makes lots of errors. I hope we could sell him. If we did sign a new goalkeeper, I hope we could sell him. I don't think anybody's wanted him, but it'd be good if we could get some more cash and get him gone. Onana's not even good at kicking. He's not great at kicking, is he? Not as great as we thought he was going to be. I mean, he's not bad at that sort of stuff. He's quite decent as far as goalies go. But he's not top tier, mate. Well, the way we were sold Andre Onana coming into this team was that he was going to transform the way we play out from the back, and his distribution from goal was going to be like having a freaking deep-lying playmaker and all this rubbish. What a load of nonsense that turned out to be, because he's guff at that as well. What is Onana actually good at? I mean, that's a great question. I was just trying to genuinely think. He's not great at coming for crosses. He's not great at communicating with his defence. He's not great at commanding his backline, in my opinion. He's a little bit more shy than outgoing, if you know what I mean. He's less so a Peter Schmeichel, more of a, just a little bit more introverted in terms of his goalkeeping mentality, it seems. He's also not the best at distribution. If we're being honest, we were just talking about that. And then his shot stopping is pitiful. His ability to claim crosses is bad, and command crosses and deal with corners and stuff like that is bad. He's just bad, mate. He's actually not great at anything, I don't think. Lammens, if he's up there with Courtois, we don't even pass out from the back. We could try Rasmus in goal. He's an ability to keep the ball out of the net. Martinez also play mind games and can easily agitate opponent forwards. That's a fair point. He is a shithouse. De Gea was crap at first. Well, De Gea came in when he was like 19 or something, didn't he? He wasn't physically there. He was a wiry little teenager, mate. You could see he was a weed. Do you know what I mean? He really was a weed when he first came in. It took him time to develop and get that physicality and be able to deal with, opposition strikers. It wasn't the shot stopping that was a problem, though, Daz. It was the other stuff. It was the physicality. It was the commanding of his area. It was the claiming crosses. Dealing with the physicality of the Prem. That was a problem. But it was not the shot stopping. That was always there. When life gives you lemons, let's go. Yes, exactly. Make lemonade, lad. Let's go. Thank you so much, Thornster. Right, okay, let me just go and check the latest updates. Quite a good little show today, guys. Lots of information coming out. We'll cover the rest of it as it's breaking. Lots of breaking news. We're 1 like away from 300 likes as well. Thanks, everyone who's hit the likes. Who's going to be number 300? Big ups to the 300 legends who smashed the like button there. Yeah, it looks like Richard Rios is done then, guys, to Benfica. Yeah, Fabrizio says Richard Rios to Benfica. Here we go. Deal agreed right now with Palmeiras after green light on player side. Benfica director Rui Pedro Braz closed the agreement with Mission in Brazil. Price tag met and paid in 3 installments. Rios will fly to Lisbon next week for medical. Yeah. There you go. So Richard Rios, that's a player we've missed out on. I think we might regret that, you know. He seemed a good cheap pickup. No, we should have never got rid of David De Gea. No, make no mistake, Erik ten Hag did take a big metaphorical dump on Manchester United with every sort of decision that he made. Sending Elanga out, sending Alvaro out, you know, De Gea, letting him go, signing Andre instead, bringing Mason Mount in, bringing Anthony in, bringing Højlund in, instead of maybe going for Kane. Like, we could have easily not got Mount, not got Højlund, and gone and got Kane. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine what would have happened in an alternate reality over the last couple of seasons if United did not sign Onana, Højlund and Mount, and instead we just signed Kane and kept De Gea? Could you actually imagine what would have happened? Who knows? I think it would have been a lot better, though. Why don't we just put Slabby up front permanently? Hey, fair enough. He's not bad, is he? I am doing FIFA tonight. Links red. Yes, lad. Make sure you subscribe to my gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming, on YouTube as well. Say it as it is. You're watching from Bangkok. Nice one, lad. Welcome in from Bangkok. Blame Dutch Kojak Conehead for dumping De Gea. Oh, I do. Didn't Ten Hag say Onana's good on the ball? That was the whole point of him bringing him in, apparently. Yeah, that he was going to transform the way we play. You can't say Bayern's anywhere near good enough. I don't think he is, to be fair. I think he's looked good, but I've also seen a few errors from him. I'm not convinced that we can go into the new season with him playing in goal, no. Onana is gash. Yes, that's right. Well, and here we go, Richard Rios there. Right, okay, well, we're going to get into the live chat now. We have been anyway, but we're going to get into the live chat. I'm just going to do a rundown of what we've discussed in this video for anybody who's getting in here. Just now, we'll let you know what's been going on today and give you the updates, and then we're going to shout out everyone that's reposted us on X using the link pinned at the top of the live chat. Then we're getting into the Q&A. Hit the subscribe, smash the likes, get involved. Right, so Mbeumo at Carrington for his move to Man United being sealed this weekend, and actually it's reported now that it's done and sealed, and Fabrizio has said that that deal is now done. He also completed the second part of his medical today, and contract signed, etc. He's completed it. This is what Ben Jacobs said, now completed his 65 plus £6 million move to Manchester United, 5 plus 1 year contract. And then we were also talking about the situation there with Gyökeres. There it is. But no, sorry. Bryan Mbeumo just signed his 5-year deal plus option at Man United. Medical completed in the morning, and Mbeumo can now be considered Man United player after a long saga. Get in there, my son. That came out during this show. So breaking news, obviously, Bryan Mbeumo has signed and passed his medical at Manchester United. Finally, he is a Manchester United player, guys. There you go. Or at least it's not quite official yet, not from Man United anyway, but, you know, it essentially is. It's going to be made official, I'd imagine, today by the club. So there we have it. Mbeumo signed his 5-year deal plus an option for an extra year at United. Medical completed in the morning, and Mbeumo can now be considered a new Man United player. There was also reports coming out today that United were potentially on for maybe hijacking the Gyökeres deal, and that the deal with Arsenal there for Sporting and Arsenal had broken down, and that maybe United could go in and pinch Gyökeres and hijack the deal. But it seems like bullshit coming out from Portugal, really, if you ask me, and probably just some PR guff to speed things along there and expedite the deal for Sporting. Probably that was what's going on there. So I don't really think that there is any strong link with Gyökeres at all. Plus also, you know, Fabrizio came out and poo-pooed the news anyway straight afterwards and said that Gyökeres maintains his clear position despite links with Man United and more clubs. He wants Arsenal. Total priority to Arsenal project since June, and no change of plans with agent Hassan Ketinkaya on the same page with Gyökeres. So there's never any doubts about Gyökeres not going to Arsenal, I don't think. I mean, I suppose if Arsenal cannot reach an agreement with Sporting, it doesn't really matter what the player wants. But Sporting aren't going to just dead this deal off, are they, when they've got the potential to generate big cash? They're just trying to get as much as they can and play the game at the moment. But they don't want a one-away player on their hands, do they? If Arsenal were to maybe change direction and go for someone like Sesko again and sign Sesko, that's the only time you could imagine Gyökeres would be linked with us again, realistically, is if Arsenal did sign Sesko. If Arsenal did sign Sesko, then yes, Gyökeres is not going anywhere, is he? Unless he goes to somewhere like United. But we're not going for him, guys. It's wishful thinking. We're not going for him. It's fake news. Matthew Smith, thank you for your super chat there, Matthew Smith, lad. Appreciate you, Matty Smith, lad. Thank you so much. That has rocketed you up to the top of the top fans list there, Matthew Smith. Thank you, Matty Smith. You are the #1 king, it says in the chat now. He says Samu Agahoa from Porto as our striker. I mean, that's out there, Matthew. That's definitely out there, lad. Out of all the links that we've been linked with and all the players we've been linked with, We have been linked with lots and lots of players. I just can't imagine he's high up there on the list, lad, for us. Now, as I've said, my personal thoughts are that we should be looking for, like Muscles just said it here, really. Mateta, Watkins, maybe Visser. Premier League proven striker with Premier League proven goals. That's what we need right now. We don't necessarily need somebody coming in who's not got that experience in the Premier League. You know, we need players who want to play for United. Obviously, that's the first and foremost, but if they come in with Premier League experience, then that's much better. That's much better. Right, what else was there to discuss? I think that's pretty much the latest news. Oh yes, and the Senne Lammens news. That's big news as well. I understand United made initial contact to be informed on deal conditions for 23-year-old goalkeeper Senne Lammens. Royal Antwerp goalkeeper among main names on United list if they decide to go for a new keeper this summer. Dibu Martinez also an option, but more expensive. So 17 million could be the figure for Lammens, whereas Martinez is probably going to cost like 30 million. Maybe even a few million more, who knows. But that's the latest news then, guys. I guess the biggest news today is obviously that Mbeumo has now signed his contract. That's the biggest news, and it's going to be official any moment, so get in there. Let's go and shout out all the legends on X. Thanks again for reposting us. Jamie Riley, thank you for your super chat. Says Sesko fits the bill perfectly. He does fit the bill perfectly, apart from in one or two ways. The first way being that he is expensive. He's probably close to 100 million euros. Yes, I guess if United could do deals over 3-4 years like we have been, maybe it's feasible, but he's just too much money, mate. I want us to sign multiple players in multiple positions. I think he would eat up all of our funds, and we probably don't even have the funds available to get that deal done anyway. Apparently, RB Leipzig want 80 to 100 million, so that's too much. And do you know what? The second thing I don't like about him is he's not Premier League proven, and he's not even got that much of a clinical goal record over in the Bundesliga, lad. And what I've learned over the years is that players who come over from the Bundesliga often don't translate well into the Premier League. Sometimes they do, but often they don't. So I don't really fancy Sesko myself. I still think it's more proven and less of a risk to go for someone like Visser, who links up with Mbeumo and scored 19 Premier League goals this season and has only a year left on his contract and maybe could be had for 30 or 40 million. Same goes for Watkins. Like, he could be had for 45, maybe 50 max, but then he's 29, experienced Premier League proven player, 16 last year in the Prem goals wise, 23 the season before. You know, you're talking about a proven Premier League goal scorer. That's more important to me right now. But fair play to though. Sesko has big potential. He's only 22. United will sign Lammens. I hope so too, lad. Yes, that's right. Barcelona are covering 100% of his salary. 100%, so we don't have to pay him wages until he's back next summer, which he probably will be. You take Lammens, me too, lad. Nice one, Dave Whitford. I'm doing all right. Let me go shout everyone out on X then, and then we'll get into the chat for a bit of a Q&A, you legends. Okay, so we've had 13 shares. Thank you so much for the 13 shares around. Aaron Bainbridge, Brandon Morton, Sanjay Ramatar, Aidan Vickery, John Boy Cat, Paul Nangle, Feline Fur, Ryan Downton, Ryan Neeson, Ben Thornton, the Mario, and Berber Lad. Thank you, all of you, for sharing the show around. Really appreciate that. While I'm here, I'll just check the latest updates. No, still Richard Rios is the last bit of news. Yeah. I mean, we are expected to sign more players now this window, guys. Now with what's gone on, with Rashford gone, and us still working to get Sancho and Garnacho out, and also the fact that we managed to sign Cunha and Mbeumo on deals spread over a few years, we are expected to be able to still sign other players. So a striker's of paramount importance, a goalie's of paramount importance. Senne Lammens, wait, hang on. Senne Lammens would be a very, very good pick up for the money, because it's not a lot of money. I don't think we will actually Matthew Smith. I would have thought we would have gone in for him already if we were going to. Sesko not proven in the Prem. I agree, exactly. Get Mateta. Right, we're getting into the chat. It's Q&A time, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Get yourself subscribed if you want to get involved in the community chat vibes and have your say. We're going to stick around for a good 5-10 minutes here, see what you legends are saying. Sesko isn't experienced enough. I'm with you there as well. Pig, which one of our four, Muani, Mateta, Calvert-Lewin, and Jackson, would you want? Out of those four, I would probably go for, out of those four, I'd probably go for Mateta. Yeah, Mateta. Benfica signed Rios with Carreras money. I know, yeah, that's right. Gash, isn't it? Stitch us up, lad. Big up, Pig. Really looking forward to Bryan. Just need a finisher now. Same, Phil. Him and Cunha in the same team there should be cooking pretty nicely. You hope we sign Gyökeres? I mean, if he doesn't go to Arsenal and Amorim wants him, I just want Amorim to get what he wants. Thank you, Daz Salford, for putting a link to the Patreon in there. Oh, nice one. Yeah, nice one, Daz. Well, if you want to support the show on Patreon, you can. There is a link right there. Some behind-the-scenes stuff there, community chat, memes, all sorts on the old Patreon there. If you want to support the channel, it's one of the best ways to do so. Thank you very much for putting that in there, Daz, lad. Remster says, you're absolutely spot on when it comes to Sesko. I don't get the hype. Me neither. I would understand it if he had 30 goals in 32 games or something over there in the Bundesliga last season, but he didn't. And even players who do have 30 goals over there, I look at them with very speculative hippo eyes. I really do. Because, you know, there's often a time like Werner, for instance, springs to mind. Even Havertz in his first sort of season or so very much struggled to adapt to the Premier League. Let's go Ghost Hunters. Shinji Kagawa's another one for us. He was a baller out in the Bundesliga, shite in the Prem. It's a different kettle of fish, isn't it, doing it in the Premier League? You would get Watkins, Martinez and Gyökeres. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Yeah, Richard Rios gone to Benfica. It's gash. We missed out on a good cheap player there, I think. Concerned that Bruno and Dalot will play every game. Oh, you know, let's not write off our best player, Bruno Fernandes, just yet. I know we're signing Cunha and Mbeumo, and so Bruno's not expected to play the 10 anymore. People aren't liking Bruno maybe playing the 8, but let's not write him off. I think he can play that role. I think he can do that. He's very mobile. If he's a little bit more disciplined with his position, you know, because we have talked about him being all over the place, and that's good in some ways, but it's not if you're playing in that midfield too. You do have to be a bit more disciplined, you know, stick to your position more often and all that sort of stuff. If he can do that, then I think he'll be absolutely fine. He's a very good passer. He's a very good player. Will Brentford want to sell Vissa and Mbeumo? They might not have the choice. I don't think they'd want to sell them both, no, but they might not have the choice because Vissa's contract's running out, isn't it? And if other clubs are interested, like it seems Newcastle are reasonably advanced in discussions there. Anyway, so if another club's going to come in and sign him, well, we might as well have a try as well. Hoyland had big potential as well. Yeah, true. That's it. Players coming over from different leagues. I'm sorry to say, but I can't be doing with it right now. I want proven Prem players. Lammens good for 17 over Martinez for 30. Yes, I agree. Plus, he's 9 years younger or whatever. He could be our keeper for the next decade, like a De Gea type if he's good. Even a keeper from team who's better than Onana. Maguire upgrade should be the top of the priority list after the goalkeeper. Maguire upgrade, but Maguire is basically our centre-back backup now. I don't think Maguire even necessarily starts in the lineup, though, so I don't really know what you're talking about there, Jamie. We could do with another centre-back to bolster the options, I guess. But think about it. If everyone's fit, Maguire probably doesn't even start. I would think that maybe Yoro, De Ligt, Mazraoui, Martinez, those guys probably be getting in ahead of Maguire if they're all fit. I don't know. But Maguire's just a squad player for me this season, really. He will come in and play. He will come in late in games. He will play a fair amount of games. But I don't think he's really the starter for me. He'll come in when somebody's injured. You know, obviously, he's a good option. But I don't think he's going to be the star. You're so happy we have got Mbeumo side. Me too, Dave Whitford, lad. Let's be having you, lad. Do you think we'll get a Stupinan? I don't think so, Matthew. I think that's a strange link, personally. I do like him. He's a good player, but it's not the position I'd strengthen. We've got a few left-backs. We need a new squad. Yes, we do. Who would be your dream signing? Dream signing, Donnarumma and Isak. If we could get Donnarumma and Isak, you know, that would be a true dream come true. Obviously, you got your Vinny Juniors of this world, your Lamine Yamals. You know, that would be a dream as well for the future because he's only so young. But, you know, I mean, obviously, all of these are just complete. Never going to happen, but yeah. David Brent up front. Wouldn't do any worse than Gashmus. I'm happy we have Bruno, Cunha and Mbeumo all together on our team. Yeah, me too, lad. Ballers, lad. Did you see what you sent you on Discord? If not, uploaded a classic rants vid on my channel. I did not see that, Gav's highlights, mate. Oh, actually, I might have actually seen that. Yes, I did see that, actually, but I just saw it literally before I was going live there. So I wasn't able to respond. Thank you so much for making a... Yes, Gav's highlights made another Flying Pig compilation on his channel, Gav's highlights. Check it out. Big ups, Gavster. Thank you for... the comp. I haven't watched it yet, but, you know, I often don't, to be fair. But because, you know, it's cringes me out. But, you know, I'll check it out, definitely. How do you rate the transfer window so far? Let's ask that to the live chat. Great question, Jarvis, lad. How do we rate the transfer window so far? So far, I give it a 4 out of 10. Yeah. I'm not been blown away. I'm sorry, it's taken 6 weeks to get this Mbeumo deal done. That's a farce. We've also only got Cunha in. We've got Diego Leon that was set up previously. Those are good signings, but we need a striker. We need a goalkeeper. We ideally need another central midfielder and probably a right wing back as well if we're talking about ideals. So I think we're still quite far away. And plus, if we're also judging the transfer window on what we've done business-wise with players going out, That's been pathetic, really. Rashford out on loan's great. It saves us our wages, but it's not a transfer. It's not a permanent sale that gives us money right now necessarily. We do save money, which I guess we can use towards new signings, but it's not like getting 35 or 40 million quid right now up front to be able to use in our transfer kitty, is it? So that's not even the best deal for us, really. And he'll probably be back in a year's time. It's better than nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's out on loan, but it's not a sale. We haven't been able to move Sancho on yet. That'll probably be a loan as well. Who knows? But we haven't been able to move him on. Garnacho, there's lots of players we haven't been able to move on. There's not even any real sort of serious strong links with players like Andre Onana or Mason Mount or Rasmus Højlund or players like this that should really be going as well. So it's not the best window, honestly. I'm not feeling good. When we go into this season, I'm not feeling particularly good because we don't have a striker yet, a clinical striker. Look at that game yesterday. We're crying out for a clinical striker. We don't have a goalkeeper that we can rely on, I think, to be solid and save us more points than they cost us. All goalkeepers are going to make errors sometimes, but it's about saving us more points than they cost us, And someone like Andre Onana is just too error-prone. Hopefully Lammens could do really well, but we haven't signed him yet. So right now, I don't think it's a very good window, honestly. I know Mbeumo's a great pickup. Cunha's a great pickup. Those are great attacking pickups, creative pickups. What about the ability to stop opposition team scoring? And also, what about somebody up there to bang in the goals? That's it. But this potentially could be a very good window. We still have to just do more business. Right now, we haven't done it yet. But if we got Cunha and Mbeumo, Watkins, Martinez, we'd be looking pretty damn decent and experienced and looking good with Premier League proven players coming in the team. So it's got potential to be good, but it's not great at the moment. Let's see what you guys are saying about it. So transfer window rating 6 out of 10, 5.5, 3 out of 10 says AML. Yeah, I don't think it's all that either. Stephen 3, Top Dog says 7, 4. Also factor in other teams. What have other teams doing? You have to compare yourself with other teams around the league, and other teams they've outdone us in the Premier League transfer window so far. They really have outdone us. Liverpool, yeah, they've spent a lot, but they've got their players. Arsenal, if they get Gyökeres as well, they'll have outdone us so far. Man City, they've outdone us. Chelsea, they've outdone us. In terms of number of signings, volume of signings, I think Cunha and Mbeumo are actually really good signings, though. When you consider that Ekitike is going to Liverpool for 95 million potentially, and he's only got like 13 Bundesliga goals. It makes Mbeumo and Cunha's deals look like good, solid deals, especially when you factor in that they are spread over years. So I think what they've got and how much they've spent and everything and the structure of the deals is good. It's good what they've done so far, but they haven't done enough, and they haven't sold enough players, and they haven't bought enough players. So right now it's a 4. But it has the potential, I guess, to be a 10 if they could bring in a goalie, a striker, a midfielder, like really good ones, proven ones. Then it could still be a good summer window. 5.5, 5.5. Yes, how you doing there, Germa to Savefa? 3, no sales, exactly. 5, 5, 6 to 10, 5, 3. Rashford's almost gone. Yeah, that's a positive. Mateta would be a great signing. Yes, absolutely. Anglo says 5, 3.5. Endrick's a massive Bobby Charlton fan, maybe in like United. That'd be banging. Mate, I'm pleased to hear that these young lads are big fans of these old school legends. That's great. You have to say things like, I don't know, FIFA and stuff like that help with that, don't they? With these icon cards and everything, because some of these kids would never know who these players were, if not. We can only apply Premier League proven in some circumstances, otherwise you have a list of 1. Yeah, need to do sales for money, not loans. I'm with you there. That would have been better for us to be able to reinvest. Look at all these low ratings. Yeah, can Manchester United not get new investments in like City did with Puma? I mean, we can, but we're not in the strongest position right now. That's it. I mean, we've probably lost a bit in terms of our sponsorship revenue as well when you think about it. I don't know the clauses of certain contracts, but often there is written into these deals sometimes with sponsors like, oh, if you don't have European football, then we're going to pay you 20% less this season. And if you do have Champions League football, then we'll pay you more. There's often deals like that in place with sponsors, so we're not in a very good position in that regard. Rashford hoping United shit the bed and Ruben gets sacked so he can come crawling back. Oh, David, could you imagine that in a year's time if Amorim doesn't succeed and he's not here, and then Rashford comes back and whoever the new manager just reintroduces Rashford? I could see that happen, if Amorim goes. 4 out of 10, we have a bunch of clowns who lost a staggering load of games against shit teams like West Ham. The outs will come, I'm sure. Anything under a 5, we need to give Obi a chance. We do, but he's young and he's just not ready yet. But we do need to blood him Opportunities. Give him opportunities. We said right after the Europa League final we needed 6 to 8 players in quickly. We're moving too slow, in my opinion. 3 out of 10. Yeah, agreed, Jarvis, lad. I agree. It is too slow. It's not a very good window so far, really. You know, it's just about doing the bare minimum, but they need to do a lot more. Striker and goalie, at least. You think we'll be bottom half? I don't think so, Harvey. I think we'll get top 10 even right now, but I think we can get top 7 if we sign a good goalie and a good striker. Keep your bacon in the pan, lad. Less pressure on Bruno to provide might suit him. Yeah, definitely. Playing deeper, maybe taking less risks as well. A lot of the criticism of Bruno is he gives the ball away a lot. Well, that's because he's trying to thread the needle sometimes. You know, in the final third there, maybe usually playing a bit more advanced in the hole as well. It's more difficult, less time, less space. I think it'll probably be better playing a bit deeper and playing the ball around. We're too slow on doing deals. Damn right we are, Gash. There are plenty of good players around, just not in the media focus. Obi played yesterday, mate, got in the way of Kuna netting a winner. I thought Obi did okay in terms of getting into positions and stuff, but he was kind of feeding off scraps first half when there wasn't that much going on. He had 2 chances, didn't take them, but, you know, he's young. He's, what, 17? Do you think it was a mistake to know now not selling Bruno? I don't personally know. I don't. I think we should have kept our best player. We needed to clear out, and we still have a lot of practice in the dressing room and melts in the board. Definitely agree. What do you think's our best 11, Pig? I mean, right now, it's probably something that looks like, if we get Lammens, I'd say Lammens. I'd probably say centre-backs, I'd probably go with probably, I don't know, mate. That's a great question. Maybe Martinez, De Ligt, and Yoro, if everyone's fit and available. Left wing back, I guess it's got to be Dorgu right now. Right wing back, I suppose it's got to be Ahmad Diallo right now as well. 2 central midfielders, we've got to go with Bruno and Cassie, I would say. You know, Ugate's just not really doing it for me. I'm not overly convinced. Hopefully he's going to be good. We do need a new midfielder, but I'd probably say Bruno and Cassie for now. And then in front of them, you've got Mbeumo and Cunha, and then striker up top, well, strongest 11, I don't know. I mean, Chido Obi, I'd rather Chido Obi up there instead of Højlund. 5.5 out of 10. You're not convinced we're improving these signings so far? No, definitely not. Right, let me catch up with the chat here, guys. Let me scroll down a little bit. I'm a bit behind. If you grab Visser and Lammens, you'll look back on this window as a great one. Totally agree. Visser would be... He's my number 1 choice. He's the one that makes the most sense. He's the cheapest out of all those big experienced number 9s we're talking about due to his contract length left at Brentford. If he's going this summer anyway to Newcastle or Forest or whoever, we might as well have a go. Why don't Ineos sponsor our training kit for 200 million? Diego Leon, yeah, has the potential to be, Dave. Again, I'm holding out, you know, reservations because how many players have we seen come in with big expectation and they don't really do it? I thought he looked okay in that game yesterday. You know, definitely positive. I think he's a bit of a physical unit. He's young. I think he's going to be very good. But we can't expect too much from him too soon. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you, Dave. Yes, do hit the thumbs up. That will help the stream out. Can we get to 400 likes on this stream today? Also, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're new. We're on here daily with the latest United news and all the latest updates. We cover it. We've just hit 91,555 subscribers. Big up to the old subscribers and the new subscribers. Get yourself subscribed if you're new. Right, let's read a few more of these comments out, folks. Top 10, we'll definitely get top 10, even now. I would imagine that, you know, Amorim, after 6 months of Premier League experience under his belt, could have got top 10 anyway without having a single player signed. That might be, you might think I'm foolish there, but I just kind of feel like that Man United season was a freak, horrible season. Bruno plays rubbish when he's deeper. I disagree. I've seen him play some very good games for us deeper, lad. He's not played that many games there for us there, but he has played some. And I think he's played all right there for us sometimes. Spending 47 days just to sign Mbeumo is a negative. Yeah, midfielder giving us a headache already. Striker, keeper, and midfielder would make it a 10. We do need somebody who's more mobile in that midfield. That's it, really. Because Casemiro's not it. Ugate's not really, you know. We need to be smart this window, not patient, although I'm noticing all these clubs buying our players, but the problem is it's too soon, and they're all reaching a point that they spent all the cash. Yeah, that's a fair point, lad. That's a fair point. A lot of these big teams, their budgets are going to be gone, I suppose, unless they can also sell players, which means maybe there's a bit of free reign for United to pick players up. Good shout. Pig's like my United therapist. He puts things into perspective and sets myself little goals. Legend Paul, glad to help, lad. It was a mistake not taking the Qatar route. Well, it really was, but I mean, that's, you know, the Glazer shithouses still own the football club, don't they? They were able to keep their stranglehold. So when the dust settles with Kuno and Mbeumo, Ineos needs to push for a credible striker and mobile midfielder. That's not Bruno's game. Yeah, I'm with you there, Chocomocker. I mean, I do think Bruno is a mobile midfielder. He can get about, lad. I also think he's a combative midfielder. He likes to get stuck in. I think he can do it. If we start the season with Højlund, it will be the same old. Yeah, I agree. Where's the goals coming from? Hopefully Kuno and Mbeumo and these guys, but you need a finisher, don't you? You need a proper finisher. United is doomed with that team, need new squad. My heart goes out to all the families on the ferry that's on fire in Indonesia. Oh, shit, I haven't heard about that, mate. That's awful. Sorry to hear that, man. Get some bloody love hearts in there for them. That's terrible. Hopefully everybody's going to, getting off all right or not too many casualties, but that's awful, lad. Nice one, Sanjay. Let's go. Brentford won't let Visser go now that they've got Mbeumo. They might not have a choice, Charlie. What do they want to do? Keep him for a year, have a want-away player on their hands, and then lose him for a free? I don't think they want to do that. If they're going to keep Visser, they have to do what Atletico did with Nico Williams and sign him up to a new contract now, which they might. They've got money, so they might. They might be able to convince him. But you would think with the manager going, a couple of his teammates going, Norgard, Mbeumo, a couple of his players going, you would think that maybe now would be a good time for him to leave as well. So he might want to go. Plus, if there's bigger clubs like Newcastle and United coming knocking for you, it's hard to stay at Brentford and get paid less money, isn't it? Let's be honest. So I think that deal definitely could happen. He's a beast, Mr. Pigmate. Let's go, Dave. Ugate's a weird one. It feels like he's not fully settled into the squad. Yeah, I know. This is make or break for him, really, this year. If he has another season like last season where he just doesn't ever really hit top gear or anything, then he's probably going to be cast on the scrap heap like most. Visser would be great for you guys if you had more money from sales. I'd suggest buying Xavi Simons. Yeah, fair play, lad. Tactical Devil says, I've got a sneaking position. Luke Shaw will lock down that left side of centre-back spot this season. He's fit, lean and looking ready to go. Did you see him in that game yesterday? I thought it was Garb as well, yeah. He did play in the left side of centre-back spot, though. Amorim giving him the nod, giving him the start. Maybe he's Amorim's golden child, you know what I mean? Let's hope he stays fit. Luke Shaw's done some good things for us in the past. He's almost turned into Phil Jones meme-worthy levels, hasn't he? But actually, in the past for us, he was quality. He's been quality for us at times. Injuries have really hurt him, haven't they? But I'll tell you what, he does look leaner. He does look more on it at the moment. He looks more professional. He's not come back with a few chins. He's looking decent. Same goes for Casemiro. These guys are all looking a lot more on it so far at the start of the season. Top 7 should be our primary goal. Oh, you've got to have Yorkshire puddings. You've got to have Yorkshire puddings, mate. Of course. You want relegation, want the Glazers gone. If you play like you did yesterday, you won't be near the top 10. Nah, true, but that's just the first game in pre-season, just some guff, lad. Making changes at half-time, wholesale changes throughout. It's not really a strong basis to go on. But the whole pre-season, yes, over the next 5 games in pre-season, we should get a good idea of what United's capable of. At the moment, it does look shit, yes. Casemiro struggled and looked slow against Leeds, got a low ranking on all sides. He is slow. He is not mobile. And in the system that Amorim employs, it's kind of important that you have 2 mobile box-to-box kind of midfielders. I mean, you obviously you want one who's going to be more the playmaker, more the, I guess, have the attacking box-to-box more emphasis, and somebody who's more of a sitter, right? But you still need mobility. You still need them to be able to both work in tandem as well. So it's not ideal to have Cassie in that Amorim system. Nothing wrong with Ugate's shithousery. Like Casemiro's position now, he's probably best just being like a sitter. Like if you were playing, I don't know, like a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, 4-2-3-1, but, a bit deeper, just sitting in front of a back line. He would be brilliant. But when you've got more mobility to be able to, cover in a system, it's not ideal. You hate the Glazers, love United, mate? Yeah, same, Dave. What a bunch of shithouses. What happened to honesty in YouTube space? Man United came 15th last season. Multiple exits are needed, for fuck's sake. We're all honest about it, Remy. Don't know what you're referring to, lad. I agree with you, lad. Lots of people need to go. Lots of signings need to come in. Priorities is goals. I think we need a striker more than a keeper. I agree, AML. Yes, I do agree. And I really think we need a new keeper, but I do think we need a new goalie. I think, Højlund and Chidowobi, it's just nowhere near enough for what we need right now. Cassie slows our play down. Are we forgetting that Cassie was one of our better players towards the end of last season? Don't know why we're on about Gyökeres all the time. He wants Arsenal and that's that. Yep, certainly. I agree. Would you rather have Nicolas Jackson or no striker at all? I guess I'd rather Nicolas Jackson. He's better than Højlund. He is. So I'd rather Nicolas Jackson. But I still think there's probably about 7 or 8 players I'd rather ahead of him. Let's go, Fergie. Let's go. Get Lammens and Sesko in. Yep, Casemiro. Piggy, we have goals in the team. What about defence? We need a goal scorer, number 9 finisher. We have got goals in the team now with Mbeumo and Kuna and Bruno and these sorts of guys. But we still need a number 9 to finish off chances. Defence, I mean, I don't think we've got that bad of a defence. I would sign a new centre-back, definitely. But if Martinez is fit, he can be a good player for us. Yoro, I think, is going to be amazing for us this season. I think he's going to have a real breakout season. I think De Ligt is going to have a better season. Maguire's still knocking around the gaff. Aiden Heaven's got real qualities for the future as well. Good young player. So, I don't know. I think our defence is sort of all right. I'd be more worried about getting a midfielder, a striker and a goalie. He's the reason now we get a new midfielder. Ugarte's been disappointing. Yeah. Barcelona would give us Rashford back once Nico's available, maybe. Luke Shaw, a waste of a jersey. Casemiro too slow. Yep, fair enough, he is. Shaw almost wobbled during the last game. Yeah, exactly. Can't be asked with Shaw anymore. Just want him to leave. Oh, me too. Why do I feel Sesko's more of a team player and Gyökeres requires the whole team to supply him? Fair point, probably because that's true. I mean, probably if you think about the overall play of Sesko, it's probably more... You know, it's more overall. He's overall better in terms of all different facets of his game. But Gyökeres being an out-and-out striker and scoring goals, you know, he's obviously got that on lock with the goal record. Colin Muani on loan. I'd take it on loan, mate. Absolutely. Gonçalo Ramos, another one. You know, if we get something like that on loan, that'd be great. Augustus Gloop, Luke Shaw. Yes, fair enough. Casemiro only works with Ugarte. You worry about Mainu and Bruno locked at CM. Mainu looked good yesterday. Yeah, I like Mainu. I like Mainu at number 10, actually. Thought we looked better second half. Euro improved us. Casemiro only works as a sub. You're not sure on Gyökeres if his heart isn't at the club. Would be perform as well as he did for Porto. Nah, you know, I don't even want Gyökeres if he wants to go to Arsenal. But I'm just saying, I don't think that's on the cards anyway, mate. Yep, Sesko back on our radar. Yep, fair enough. I mean, he might be back on our radar, but... Again, it's just too much money. I don't think that link is realistic because it's 80 to 100 million euros. Perhaps if we were able to do it over 4 seasons or 4 years, like we've done maybe here in 4 installments for Mbeumo, perhaps it could be done. It's a lot of money. Dodgy sources, though. Oh, fair play there, Tactical Devils, yeah. Haven't heard much about that. It doesn't sound, you know, I mean... Dodgy sources, you said it yourself. Defence is good with Leacher back, mate. Ugarte will come good. Are we getting a loan fee? I don't think there is a loan fee, Max. I could be wrong on that one. But I think they're just covering 100% of his wages here for Rashford, I guess you're talking about. No, Max, not a carrot. Right, yeah. That's an interesting point. Gyökeres seems a bit more of a diva than Sesko. Yeah, telling you we're getting Sesko, been linked with him for a while. I wouldn't say no to Sesko. I wouldn't say no to him, but I'd rather Watkins or Viss or Mateta or someone proven. Right, guys, we're going to wrap this stream up. We've been on here for 122 minutes. Great show. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon for a great chat, as always. Get in there, my son. Bryan and Mbeumo, let's go. It's soon to be official from Manchester United, but it's already reported from the likes of Fab that this deal is done. He's passed his medical, signed his contract, and he is now basically a Manchester United player. Medical completed, and Mbeumo can now be considered a new Man United player. Get in there, my son. That's the big news. Also, the other big news, I suppose, is that we have made now contact with Royal Antwerp for a new goalkeeper in Senne Lammens as well, which is obviously very big news for maybe sorting that position out in the team. Andre Onana is a flubber-handed mess, and he's actually injured at the moment, and this guy has big potential. Seems like a very good pickup, very good young keeper. Again, I don't watch Royal Antwerp week to week in the Pro League, but from what I've seen of him, he looks very good, and from what I've heard of him, he seems a very good pickup, and he's only 23 and he's only 17 million, so it seems like not much of a risk. That's it, really, guys. There you go. There's the transfer news. We'll be back on later if there's anything breaking, any big announcements, any news, as always, and if not, we'll see you tonight at 9:45 for an update in regards to all the transfer news and another chat. So please come and join us for the 9:45 p.m. show tonight. Click the bell icon for notifications. Smash the subscribe before you go. You can come back after this video is finished. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed in this video. Get your thoughts and opinions in the not live comments and keep the debate going there. You can follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Please do follow the gaming channel as well, Flying Pig Gaming on YouTube. Put an exclamation mark gaming in the chat, and that will show a link to my gaming channel. Go and subscribe to Flying Pig Gaming. And big ups to everyone in the chat, all the members in green like Madhouse, Brandon, Dave, Jonathan Gallagher. Thank you to all the moderators as well. People like Jarvis, Jonathan, and I think Jarvis is actually the longest member on the channel as well. Big ups Jarvis, Madhouse, Dave, Carl, Everyone in the chat here for chatting with me. Kingslayer, Earthane, David Jewsnip, Sanjay, Rob, Madhouse, Daz Salford, Tartan Scout. Thanks again for becoming a member for today there, Tartan Lad. Studio, Bottom Bliss, Dave Whitford. Yes, legends. Gungshi, you legend. Thank you for getting in here and being a 64-month legend of the channel. So yes, just in case anybody wonders, so we turned off the memberships on the membership comments a month ago or so after Kurt Gunter went absolutely insane and gifted out like 700 members or something, just to stop the crazy amount of membership comments that were coming through. New streams, I'll probably keep the comments off just because it's easier to flow on a show, but for like watch-alongs or like random, all sorts of stuff, we'll definitely be putting the highlight member comments on, so don't worry about that. You will have your moment in the sun. And thanks once again, Gungshi and everybody else. Legends, all the mods, all the members. That's it from me. Come back and have your say. Thanks so much for the support, guys. Thanks for the chat. Brilliant chat as always. Love it. What a community, though. What a frigging community, though, guys. The community of the Bacon Brigade. What a community, though, eh? Seriously, thank you, guys. Nice one, Miz, Manhouse, Bottom Bliss, Dave, and everybody else. That's it from me. Have a great day, and remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.